Well, 1943, there was a call for volunteers to serve, Japanese Americans to serve in the 442nd unit, and I tried to volunteer, but they told me that I wanted to raise the 17, said that you had to get your father's approval. So I went to the internment camp in Honolulu, and he says, "This is your country, sign up." So I signed up. I didn't get picked up. I believe the only people that were picked up were students from McKinley High School and Farrington High School. And of course, most of you know that Senator Danny Noah is good distinguished man. He got in the 442nd. But back in those days, we were classified 4C, being Japanese Americans. We couldn't be drafted. I could be on Normandy Beach at 18, you know? But I waited, I waited, and finally I got my draft notice in March of 1945. And can you believe that President of the United States, President Roosevelt, you know, back in those days, they give you a brown envelope. It says here, order to report for induction from the President of the United States. Can you imagine getting a notice from the President saying that you're going to be drafted? And very by coincidence, on April 12, 1945, the day I got drafted, President Roosevelt passed away at Walnut Spring, Georgia. It was kind of just a coincidence, you know. And I'm going to make this kind of short. Anyway, I got drafted, and when I got drafted, my father was just released from an internment camp. And he was kind of worried because heavy fighting was being raised in Okinawa and Iwo Jima. And he thought that I was going to be sent with the Marines or whatever. But anyway, I think they were planning to send me to Japan for the invasion of Japan. So they sent me to Minnesota, Fort Snelling for Japanese military training. And I thought that they would send me to Japan for the occupation troops. But back in post-war, General MacArthur was he's trying to monitor what's happening in North Korea. So instead of me being stationed in Japan, they sent a team of us to South Korea under Major General John Hodge, 24th Corps, where our job was to translate North Korean newspapers and documents. Now here, the only Korean word that I knew was kimchi and yobo, you know? So I thought we had a problem. But we had Koreans that can speak Korean, Japanese. So we had a very unique setup where we were able to translate North Korean documents into Japanese, and the report would be sent to General MacArthur in Tokyo. In November 1946, I was supposed to be discharged, but the local commander wanted me to re-enlist for another year or so. I said, no way, I'm going to go back to Japan. Of course, you all know that on June 25, 1950, the North Koreans invaded South, and the rest is history. I consider myself a very lucky individual having survived the war. And I consider myself very lucky, fortunate, blessed to be able to live for 83 years. And my wife was with me now, and you know, we exchanged war stories. Back in 1944-45, she was being trained with bamboo spears. Bamboo spears, can you imagine? And we were trying to invade Japan, but because of the bomb, Hiroshima atomic bomb in the way. And so fortunately, when I served in Japan with the occupation forces, I met my wife, and we were married for 57 years. We have grandchildren. And anyway, I am proud to be an American. God bless America.
Right now, I'm the Director of the Office of Veteran Services for the state of Hawaii. And for the state government, I'm basically the lead on this effort out here. I can't tell you exactly what's going to be done yet, but we are working with the Navy, with Hunt Development Corporation, Ford Island. We're also working with Senator Noe and Senator Akaka's office, with the State Historic Preservation, with the National Park Service, with everybody else involved. So we're trying to work out a solution that will be beneficial to all and to also save the history of this spot we're on today. I just want to point out that the attack here happened actually a couple of minutes before the attack on Pearl Harbor. So that's very significant in itself. Another thing was, as you heard, all the Marine fighters that went on to Midway trained here. Pappy Boyington, 214, all those other squadrons that you've heard about in history, or at least you watched them on television, Baba Black Sheep, those kinds of things. That happened here. And without those Marine aircraft that trained here and went on to fight in Midway, there would not have been the turning of the battle. That Battle of Midway was the turning point of the battle in the Pacific. And that's because of Marine Corps Air Station Ewa. That's all I have to say, other than we will work to preserve whatever we can here. Thank you.
Representative, would you please let us know what it says on the banner?
Never forget.
Thank you.
If anyone would like to lay or a wreath, now would be the time.
Come on, Tommy.
Aloha. Whoops. Aloha. My name is John Eibert. I'm with the Fleet Reserve Association. I'm here today with our national president, Don Muchek, and our local president, Sgt Wynn. We're not familiar. The Fleet Reserve Association is dedicated to serving Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard personnel. And this being a Marine Corps base, and our president being a former Marine, we're just glad to be here and pledge that if there's anything we can do to assist you in your endeavor, please let us know. Thank you.